Today, we're jumping into something pretty fascinating, the future of, well, vehicle technology. We're focusing on a new plug-in hybrid system. It promises quiet operation, lots of power, impressive range, and surprisingly, a lot of space inside. Sounds like quite a package, doesn't it?
It really does. Yeah, our mission today is to properly unpack Toyota's new 6th-generation 2.5L plug-in hybrid system. We're going to focus on, let's say, its three main innovations, what makes them different, technically speaking, and crucially, what all this tech actually means for your driving experience, day-to-day use, translating engineering into real benefits.
Okay, let's get into it. The first thing, and this always seems like a tough one in car design, how do you fit a big, high-capacity battery in a car and still keep the cabin feeling roomy and comfortable? That's often where the compromises happen, right?
Right. And what's clever here, what Toyota's done is they've fundamentally rethought the system layout. It's about optimization. They've actually managed to incorporate the DC-DC converter right into the PCU. And then they shrunk down that PCU itself and integrated it directly with the transaxle. It's more than just moving parts. It's a real architectural change.
Okay, hold on. For those of us listening who don't have, an engineering schematic handy, could you quickly break down what the PCU, DC-DC converter, and transaxle actually do, just in simple terms, like brain, power regulator, and where the power goes?
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it. The PCU, the power control unit, that's the brain. It manages all the power flow, battery, engine, motor, decides what gets power when. The DC-DC converter, it's like a translator for electricity, making sure different voltage systems in the car work together, stepping power up or down. And the transaxle, well, that's basically where the power from the engine and motor gets turned into motion for the wheels. So by packing these key bits together so tightly, they've unlocked really significant efficiency and space savings.
And the real-world effect of that, for you, the driver, sounds pretty major then. It frees up quite a bit of room. Stuff that used to be maybe under the seats or elsewhere in the cabin is now neatly tucked away in the engine compartment, which means, what, lower hood? Better view?
And you even mentioned space for a charger right there. Exactly. It allows for that lower hood profile. And yes, room to install an onboard charger easily. The end result for the driver and passengers is a genuinely spacious, user-friendly cabin, good legroom, and importantly, a large luggage area, which is tailored to the kind of vehicle it is. It gets rid of that classic hybrid compromise on space.
Okay, that makes sense.
And building on that space saving, the battery itself is a core part of the story here. This system gets a newly developed high-capacity lithium-ion battery. What's really interesting is that it's based on a BEV cell, the kind you find in a fully electric car. That choice seriously boosts both its capacity and its power output, which in turn dramatically expands how far you can drive just on electricity. Oh, and another key thing, it supports DC fast charging. So you can get a quick top up, which is really convenient. It definitely pushes hybrids closer to that full EV feel.
Right, so we've covered the clever space saving and the powerful new battery.
Wow.
Now let's talk about the driving itself. Toyota's making quite a claim here. EV driving for everyday use and hybrid driving for long trips. That sounds like the dream, the ultimate flexibility. But how does it actually feel behind the wheel? Is it truly the best of both, or, are there still trade-offs?
That's the crucial question, isn't it? And this is where the system seems to really deliver. Thanks to that new battery we talked about, the EV mode on its own offers a much longer driving range than older plug-ins. And importantly, it gives you that really distinctive quietness and super smooth acceleration from the powerful electric motor, even when you get up to highway speeds. What that means for your daily routine is pretty profound, actually. The car can basically operate as a full battery EV for almost everything: commuting, errands, school runs, shopping. You might go days, maybe weeks, without the engine kicking in.
Wow, okay. That's huge for daily driving. It basically is an EV for most people, most of the time. But what about those longer trips? The road trips, visiting family across the state. That's where range anxiety still gets people with pure EVs. How does the HV mode, the hybrid mode, handle that?
And that's where the beauty of the hybrid part comes in. In HV mode, the engine and the electric motor work together totally seamlessly. They deliver really strong, confident acceleration. So things like overtaking a truck on the highway or merging into fast traffic. It feels easy, very assured. Plus, because it's a highly efficient hybrid system, you can just enjoy those long drives without constantly watching the battery gauge. You've got the security of gasoline when you need it. And thinking about how it feels to drive, The system offers this really intuitive feel, great cornering ability. They call it line tracing.
Line tracing, what's that feel like?
It means the car just follows your steering input really precisely, almost like it's anticipating your next move. Makes you feel very connected, very in control. A lot of that comes down to the lower center of gravity and the stiffer body structure, which are, again, benefits from how and where they place that battery. Plus, the system precisely controls the power going to the wheels based on conditions. That gives you excellent traction, even on slippery roads. It adds up to a driving experience that genuinely gives you that feeling of go anywhere with peace of mind.
Okay, confidence on long trips and good handling. That covers a lot. So our final key feature. This tackles something people often worry about with EVs and hybrids. How do they hold up when things get rough?
Sure.
Especially extreme heat or cold. You don't want battery issues on a freezing morning, right?
Absolutely not. And they've addressed this with a newly developed thermal management system, specifically a water cooling type. The clever part is how it intelligently switches between different coolant circuits depending on the conditions. Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it charging? Its whole purpose is to keep that battery pack right in its optimum temperature zone no matter what's happening outside. This actively fights against the degradation of electric efficiency over the battery's life. It's key for longevity and consistent performance.
So what does that mean practically for the owner?
Well, it means the battery is always kept happy, temperature-wise, even if you're plugging it in to charge when it's freezing outside. And here's a nice touch for cold mornings. The system can make sure the car's cabin warms up quickly right after charging finishes.
Ah, so no more shivering while you wait for the defrost. That's actually really thoughtful, isn't it?
It is. It's those kinds of details that really improve the ownership experience, especially if you live somewhere with, proper winters or hot summers. So to kind of pull it all together, this sixth-generation system really integrates all three of these things we've discussed. It's about combining that quietness, the great environmental performance with intuitive, strong driving, reliable range for long hauls, and a genuinely spacious cabin. It's all designed to work together as one complete package.
Yeah, this deep dive really highlights how smart engineering, really optimizing every little piece, can lead to a genuinely delightful driving experience. It's clearly not just about slapping a battery into a car anymore. It's about intelligent, integrated design that thinks about your needs and improves the whole drive. It definitely challenges that old idea of what a hybrid has to be.
Absolutely. So thinking about this level of integration and performance, what does it suggest for the future? For hybrids and maybe even EVs, are we maybe seeing that point where best of both worlds stops being a compromise and actually becomes the default expectation? What really stands out to you listening to this as the most impactful innovation we talked about today? Something to think about.